And it's been a chilly day today, but for most of us there has been at least some sunshine, and the sunshine continues into tomorrow as well. But what about the weekend? Join me later in the programme for the very latest.
Them all home. Now, I think our producer's bagged this one
Yeah, that's
already.
a particularly nice one.
Not good weather for pumpkins, not good weather in the United States at the moment with the hurricane. Are we likely to experience any after effects of that, Keeley, or not?
Well, we sometimes can, can't we? You know, we get the remnants of these hurricanes moving across the Atlantic and weakening. And if you remember earlier this week, we were talking about the risk of Hurricane Kirk that actually passed through France, and we saw some effects of that. It can also, the energy and the moisture from these ex-hurricanes can feed our jet stream, and this is the most likely scenario for us, that we'll get a little bit of that energy into our jet stream and it will fuel some of the low pressures already waiting in the wings later next week. But no, it won't directly affect us here in the UK.
Well, that's a relief, but obviously it's, I suppose it'll be unsettled. That's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be unsettled. We've had a mix of weather today. I think this was taken today. You can just about make it out. It's a double rainbow. We did have a few showers in the mix, but for most of us, it has been a dry day and have been some spells of sunshine, as you can see here in Leeds. It's also been a chilly day. For most places, temperatures have remained in single figures. It won't be quite as chilly tomorrow, but we are looking at a frosty start to the day. You can get your pictures coming into the Weather Watchers page. We're on social media too, Keeley.Donovan on Instagram. So it's going to be a frosty start to the day tomorrow, but for most of us it will be dry and there'll be some spells of sunshine around. So Friday looks settled, and for the beginning of Saturday it looks okay, but during the day this band of rain will sink southwards. There'll be some heavy rain on that, quite blustery conditions too. The winds easing later, and Sunday looks like a more reliably dry day. It will be chillier with winds coming down from the north, and we'll have variable amounts of cloud. If anything, I think the cloud will increase through the course of the day, and then something a little bit less cold next week, but it does look unsettled. So this is the radar picture from earlier. You can just about make out a few showers moving down that east coast. A few of them came inland, but we did have a lot of dry weather too. And those showers, if there's any out there at the moment, will tend to ease. It looks like a lovely night, a dry night, a clear night. There is a chance that you could see the northern lights overnight tonight, and the weather certainly is favourable. A little bit of patchy cloud out onto the Pennines where we could get the odd shower. And temperatures generally down to 1 or 2 degrees. I think that's that technical glitch we've been talking about at BBC Weather. It's likely to be around 1 or 2 degrees, perhaps even cooler there in Settle. Let's have a quick look at those high water times then. 10:35 in Scarborough, 11 o'clock on the nose in Filey. So we'll start the day tomorrow on a frosty note, a chilly note, but with plenty of sunshine. We are going to see cloud bubbling up, and it could produce the odd shower here and there, particularly in the northwest. Generally, though, it looks like a dry day with temperatures a shade higher than today, but still only getting up to 11 or 12 degrees. Into Saturday, it looks fine. A blustery day to come, spells of rain spreading southwards, a more reliably dry day on Sunday, but chilly, Phil.
Thank you, Keeley. I can't believe we're talking about Halloween already, can you?
Are you going to save one of these?
No pinching these pumpkins.
I think I've answered. Hello there, good evening. It's been a chilly day and we're looking at a cold night. So tomorrow we'll start off on a frosty note, but it will be largely dry with some spells of sunshine. It starts dry on Saturday, but then a band of rain sinks down from the north and it could be heavy, and it'll also be quite a blustery spell of weather too. Out there at the moment, it's dry, it's largely clear. We'll have a little bit more cloud just lapping onto Pennine parts, 1 or 2 showers here, otherwise dry, and a chilly night to come as well, with temperatures dropping back to around 1 or 2 degrees. So tomorrow it will be a frosty start to the day, and it will be fine with plenty of sunshine. We are going to see a little bit of cloud bubbling up, and there could be 1 or 2 showers about, particularly in that northwest corner, but generally it looks dry and fine with some spells of sunshine, and temperatures a little bit higher than today's values, 11 or 12 degrees. A fine start to the day on Saturday. It's going to be a blustery day with a spell of rain heading southwards through the day, some heavy rain on that rain band. It looks drier for Sunday. The winds will be lighter too, and it looks chilly.